Here's the first shocker. While everyone chases autonomous everything, CUPRA shows up at IAA with a show car that boldly says the quiet part out loud. No drivers, no CUPRA. This isn't a tech demo, it's a manifesto wrapped in sheet metal and sharp edges, and that alone makes it one of the most intriguing debuts of the show. Let's set expectations. Tindaya is a show car, but CUPRA claims it's not fantasy, it's a statement pointing to upcoming production design language and intent. The name comes from a volcanic mountain in Fuerteventura, and the theme is raw, tactile, and driver-first, which is refreshing in 2025. The brand frames it as a counterpunch to the trend of burying drivers under screens and assistants, and yes, they're leaning hard into emotion and control. The question is whether the substance matches the stance. Design first, because that's the headline. The front wears CUPRA's new illuminated logo within a black mask that animates like a living pulse, then transitions to 3 triangular pupil elements and a bonnet-mounted headlight signature. It's theatrical, but it efficiently telegraphs the brand's next face. Shark nose, clean arrow keels feeding side intakes, and a pronounced power dome split around the emblem. It's aggressive without cartoonish vents, and the lighting choreography is clearly intended to become a recognizable signature on the road. In profile, the numbers are telling. Length 4.72 meters, wheels 23 inches, cabin-to-body ratio 1/3 to 2/3, high ground clearance with hefty cladding, fastback roof with a shooting brake hint. Translation, this isn't a low-slung coupe, it's a muscular crossover coupe stance, pushing forward visually with a wedge line that carves air out of the front fenders. It reads like a Formentor that went to a design boot camp and came back angrier and leaner. The rear is equally intentional. Big shoulders, floating coast-to-coast lighting with sharp cutouts and a triangular inner source, a double spoiler that grows out of the cabin, and a serious diffuser. The human body metaphor is everywhere: skin, spine, underskin, sometimes a touch on the nose, but the layering sells a sense of structure and purpose rather than pure ornament. There's one architectural flourish worth pausing on: the Y-shaped central roof spine with detachable roof panels. Think of it as a visual backbone that ties bonnet lines to the roof, then to the rear, giving the car a clear, singular axis. It's dramatic, but it also puts pressure on packaging and visibility in a real car. If this makes production in any form, expect toned-down execution. Inside, CUPRA doubles down on the driver. The driver access cockpit centers a 24-inch freeform display, flanked by a secondary Monitor Plus band across the base of the windshield. The wheel is a yoke with satellite buttons, racing-inspired in concept, but always contentious for daily usability. Yokes can be great on track and awkward in a parking garage. Placement, resistance, and button ergonomics will make or break this choice if it migrates to production. The centerpiece is an interface CUPRA calls the Jewel, a glass prism that wakes the car, changes drive modes, and orchestrates cabin mood with light and sound. It's a neat tactile counter to the usual flat UI, and paired with haptics and a Sennheiser-tuned audio system, it turns the cockpit into a sensory lane. Gimmick risk? Sure. But if the haptics are well-weighted and the feedback consistent, it could be the kind of physical control modern cabins are sorely missing. Seating is a 2+2 with opposing doors and new CUPRA bucket chairs that reinterpret the classic lounge vibe with performance bolstering. Sustainable materials are a clear thread. Flax fiber from B-Comp dyed to body tone, bio-attributed leather, and 3D printed aluminum structures inside and out. The material story feels more integrated than most show cars, less eco-garnish, more structural honesty. And the parametric underskin textures actually tie exterior and interior into one narrative. Digital experience comes in 3 curated modes: Immersive experience pairs back to essential info for pure driving, with restrained graphics and minimal distractions. Rider experience amps up performance data, Gs, speed, dynamic surfaces, pushing secondary info to the Monitor Plus. Tribe experience opens connected content, ADAS 3D views, and a CUPRA radar feed for community engagement and recommendations. Done right, this layered UI could solve a modern problem: too much screen, not enough hierarchy. The risk is feature creep. Modes must stay focused or drivers will ignore them. Now, the elephant in the room. CUPRA doesn't detail powertrain, output, battery, or platform here. This is about design language and philosophy, not specs. So while it looks like a sporty crossover coupe with rally-raised intent, we can't talk weight, performance, or range. That's the biggest gap in a world where buyers want numbers. If CUPRA wants to distance itself from marketing vapor, hard data needs to follow soon. Context matters. Since 2018, CUPRA has built momentum with 7 models, from Ateca and Leon to the Formentor, Born, Tavascan, and upcoming Terramar and Raval. Tindaya is the most coherent statement yet of where that design arc is headed. Sharper lighting signatures, more sculpted surfacing, stronger driver focus, and a blend of physical tactility with digital calm. Think of it as the brand's North Star for the next cycle. A few critiques. The animated logo and breathing light signatures will split opinion. Striking at night, but potentially overcooked if overused. The yoke steering is still a questionable hill to die on for street cars unless steering ratio and software are dialed in perfectly. And the 23-inch wheels look great, but rarely help ride quality. If the stance survives, the chassis team has work to do. Big picture, Tindaya is CUPRA planting a flag. Emotional, driver-led, tech with restraint, sustainability with real structural intent. If even half of this translates to the next-gen Formentor or a new flagship, the brand's identity gets sharper and more distinct in a crowded field of wind tunnel sameness. That's the first look. What hits, what misses, and what should make production. Leave your thoughts in the comments, subscribe, and vote on which feature deserves to survive the transition from show to showroom.